Picture your favorite coffee shop. Every time you buy a latte, they stamp a loyalty card. Simple, right? But here's the thing. That card lives in your wallet. The shop keeps no record. If you lose it, those stamps are gone. And if you tried to fake extra stamps, who would know? Now imagine a different system. Instead of a paper card, every coffee purchase gets recorded in a giant notebook that sits in the middle of the shop. Anyone can read it, the baristas, the customers, even people passing by. Every entry includes your name, the date, and what you bought. And here's the crucial part. Once something is written, it can never be erased or changed. If someone tried to sneak in a fake stamp, everyone would notice immediately because their copies would not match. Now that giant shared unchangeable notebook, that's essentially what a blockchain is. A blockchain is a database, but not the kind that lives on one company's servers. Instead, it's spread across thousands of computers around the world. Every computer holds an identical copy. When someone wants to add new information, whether that's a payment, a vote, a record of something happening, that information gets checked by the network, approved, and then locked in permanently. So here's how it actually works. First, someone creates a transaction. Let's say Maria in Mexico wants to send money to her family in the Philippines. Second, that transaction gets broadcast to the network, which includes thousands of computers around the world. Third, those computers verify the transaction. Does Maria actually have the money she's trying to send? Do all those details check out? Finally, once verified, the transaction gets grouped with other recent transactions into a block and added to the chain of all previous blocks, hence the name blockchain. Now this is where it gets interesting for anyone working in social impact. Because the record is public and permanent, there's built-in accountability. Imagine a humanitarian NGO that does direct cash transfers to individuals in need in conflict zones. In this case, they could record every aid transfer on a blockchain. Donors could actually see where their money went, not a polished annual report months later, but real-time verifiable proof. That's the kind of transparency that builds trust in an environment where unfortunately trust is currently eroding a bit. And because no single person or company controls the system, it's remarkably resistant to censorship and corruption. In places where governments or institutions aren't trustworthy, blockchain offers an alternative, a system where the rules are enforced by math and consensus, not by people who might have their own agenda. And now you'll sometimes hear blockchain described as trustless, which is kind of a funny made-up word, and it sounds weird at first and also might feel a bit negative, but it actually means something quite powerful. You don't have to trust any particular person or organization for the system to work. You trust the system itself, the code, the math, and the thousands or millions of participants all keeping each other honest. Today, blockchains power everything from international money transfers to supply chain tracking for medicine and food to community governance systems and creative economies for artists worldwide. And we're still just scratching the surface of what they can do. So when you hear blockchain, just think shared notebook, visible to everyone, permanent, and unchangeable, with no single person in charge. So a couple key takeaways to wrap up this episode. 1. A blockchain is a shared public database distributed across thousands of computers. 2. Once information is recorded, it can't be changed or erased. 3. Trustless means you trust the system, not any single person or company. And 4. For social impact work, blockchain enables unprecedented transparency and accountability. Thank you for watching video number 1, and I hope to see you in video number 2, where we're going to be chatting about cryptocurrency.